Rebels Season 4. This is the best out of the four. And I'm happy how this show concluded. Also, later in this video, I'm going to be talking about and ranking not only just Season 4 of Rebels, but also the entirety of the show itself of Rebels, seeing where that lies. So, look forward to that, but I'm going to keep talking about Season 4 first. So Season 4 is, like I said, the best out of the best. And I should start off by doing what I do in these Rebels videos and doing the similarities between the 2012 Ninja Turtles heads. There's a lot of similarities that I noticed, and it's the same in Season 4. That it isn't a problem, it's just something that I noticed. Being, spoiler alert, the Mentor dying. Yes, in both shows, the Mentor dies, and the characters have to fight the main villain of the show and do some grand thing at the end, which in Rebels is much more, like, bigger, and I like the ending of Rebels a little bit, like a tiny bit more, with both shows is pretty good, but I'm not here to talk about Ninja Turtles. It's a Star Wars channel. So enough of talking about Ninja Turtles. Star Wars Rebels Season 4, good season to end off on. And I like it. I don't know if there's supposed to be Season 5. I don't think there was. It seemed like everything wrapped up just fine. And I like Season 4 because I like how the show has regressed to this state where it is beyond fighting Inquisitors, it's now fighting the Empire. You know, this show is more, it's not up to the level of Clone Wars, but it's up much more significantly than Season 1 and 2, which I like. And it started with Season 3. Like, I really like these characters. I like these characters, and I understand why people like the characters in Rebels. I do. And because I feel for them. You know, I do. And I like them. I like how they interact with one another. Now, I don't want to get that confused where I want to see like a solo show with one of the characters from Rebels. No, like that won't really work out, but as a team, together, as a unit, I would like to see them again. Now, I don't know how it's going to work, but yeah, I like that. A couple episodes I want to talk about. Well, the first one is the episode where Kanan dies, and I like the episode. I mean, it's a really good episode, and even if I didn't know it was gonna happen, I kind of figured that he would have died because the way that he was speaking and the way like the entirety of like the episode played out, it's like, yeah, he's gonna die. Even if I didn't know, like, he's gonna die. The way he's talking to everyone, just the way the scenes are playing and the characters, it's like it's saying farewell. Like, it's just I can tell, and it's kind of one of those cases where the show is meant for kids. And if I was a little kid, I probably would have not seen that coming, but coming from an adult, it was very obvious. Like, I'll be very hard pressed to find an adult who watched the episode and did not know it was going to happen, like, 5 minutes into the episode. Like, it was pretty obvious. And it was very well executed. And it kind of played into another episode. Also, at that point, I got rid of the guide. I said, screw it to the essential viewing. I'm watching every single episode after episode 10 in Season 4. Because every episode's important. And in the essential guide, it didn't list some of the episodes after that point. I'm like, I want to watch every single episode now. And it eventually goes into the World Between Worlds, which I thought it would have been more about time travel. Like, I really did. Like, the whole time traveling thing where it's like, oh, you get to go to different points of time. It's not like that. You basically just watch certain points in time where he saves Ahsoka. Like, Ezra literally saves Ahsoka. So you can say that it's altering time. I don't care. It's just Ahsoka. I always assume Ahsoka is just alive the entire time. I never was like, oh, she's dead. She's not dead. I watched The Mandalorian. She's not dead. You can't kill off Ahsoka. You can't kill off her. No way. People will be all upset about it. Now we get to the finale, and I actually like the finale. It combined everything. Just everything just accumulated into this finale. And I really liked it, and I liked the ending as well. I mean, I have a problem. Well, not really a problem with the episode. It's just something that I want to be clarified on. So, in the ending scenes, you hear Sabine with the narration, and you get to Hera, and she says that Hera had a child, which is fine. You know, she has a child, but the father is Kanan, and I looked it up. I didn't misread it. I looked it up, and it is Kanan's son. He is dead. This is taking place after the original trilogy. Did they have a secret child, or did Kanan come back from the dead, and he and Hera did it, had a child, then died again? Because that makes no sense. She was not pregnant during the final episode. She was skinny as ever, and she has a child that's Kanan's child. They said it. I looked it up on Wikipedia, and it said it. I'm not like hearing things. I looked it up, and that is Kanan's and Hera's child. Their child is half human. I mean, it looks ugly, but it's their child. And how did that happen? Where did that happen? The timeline doesn't make sense. I'm guessing it's just happy ending for the sake of a happy ending, but it's just I'm so confused by that, but I'm fine by it because it doesn't have to make sense. I don't care. She's happy. I like Hera. She grew on me. I didn't like her at first, but she grew on me over the seasons. I'm glad that she finds happiness in a child that should not exist. Yeah, also, Ahsoka the White shows up. A little meme there, and now we get to go into the Ahsoka show, which should come out in a couple years, so that's great. I can only imagine if I would watch it back in like 2018, 2017, I don't know when this came out, I would have been like, holy crap, I want to see what's more of this. Cause that's like a real, like, oh my god, Ezra's gone. Like, he did the epic Jedi sacrifice of sacrificing his town. You know, him seeing his town happy, he sacrificed himself for his town. So with that all being said, where do I rank Season 4 of Rebels? Season 4 of Rebels finally goes above Season 2 of Clone Wars, but below Mandalorian Season 1. Yes, it's finally above Season 2 of the Clone Wars. This season I would rather watch than a Clone Wars season. Well, 2 of them. So, it's pretty great on that season by itself. And I like Season 4. And like I said, we also have one more thing to rank. Now that all the Rebel seasons are ranked, we get to now rank the entirety of the Rebels show itself. From Season 1 to Season 4, does it tell a compelling story? It's weird, because Rebels starts out as this kind of smaller show. You got this band of misfits who basically are like, they steal from the rich and give to the poor, you know, that type of stuff. And it grows into this larger rebellion story, or basically ties into original trilogy and like Rogue One. And so having this show kind of tying into that, giving more expansion to the original trilogy, and also tying into the Clone Wars a lot, and kind of combining the two eras more efficiently, kind of giving this like B plot to what's going on in the original trilogy, because these characters were in the original trilogy, if you didn't see them. You know, in the narration at the end of the final episode, both Hera and Rex were in the Battle of Endor. So while Han, Leia, and Chewbacca are running around and, you know, doing their own little thing, and on Endor, Vader and Luke were fighting the Death Star, Hera and Rex were also in the Battle of Endor somewhere. And doing whatever they were doing, fighting whatever the hell they were doing. I mean, you're not gonna see them on screen. You're not gonna like change it for Disney Plus version. You add them in there. You're not gonna do that. But it's cool to know that they were there, because I like these characters. And that's the thing. I feel like the show did not have like an end goal, but as the show went on, it kind of expanded on the ideas that, you know, was created. Like, I think this whole show is a good idea for a show. Like, having this band of misfits, but as acting like a family, and you can see how they react to stuff as a family. You know, Kanan's the dad, Hera's the mother, the children are Ezra and Sabine, Zeb is like the uncle, and the Chopper is a dog. You know, that's basically like a regular family, except they're all misfits who had tragedies in their past, and now they're stronger than ever as a family. Watching it as a unit, like as a show, is worth watching. Like, Rebels, when I first watched it, I didn't understand why people liked it. You know, I found the characters tolerable, except for like the main two, which is being Kanan and Ezra. I like them as characters, and I want to see more episodes as the show progressed, but with everyone else, I did not really care. until the show made me care, 'cause they gave me episodes where you dive into their background, their history. You're actually diving into their character and seeing them emotionally distressed situations where you can feel bad for them, but it makes their bond as this misfit family stronger. Like, I think that's why you should watch the show all the way through. Even though there's a lot of filler in Rebels, it is worth watching because it is satisfying ending. It's satisfying seeing the characters, like, where they're at in the end of the show, and also beyond wherever they're going to be in other stuff. I know Harrow's in Squadron's video game, but, like, seeing them in more stuff, it's like, like, because I know them, and I know their background, it's like, it's cool to see them now. Rather, I barely recognize their names beforehand. Now I care about them and I like them. You know, so, with that being said, where do I rank the Rebels show? So the entirety of Star Wars Rebels goes above The Bad Batch, but below Return of the Jedi. Yes, I know it's weird, ranking the show way high up than every other season of Rebels. That's because I think Rebels, as a unit, as a show, is much better than watching an individual season. Now, that may sound weird, but actually watching it, it's not like the Clone Wars. Clone Wars is just those anthology stories where I can individually rank the seasons and place it high up. But with Rebels, the show works better as a whole rather than watching individual episodes and individual seasons. Because you will not get the full picture unless you watch the entire show, seasons 1 to 4. So that's why it's where it's at. With that being said, do you agree or disagree with my rankings? Because it's 2 of them this time. So, do you agree or disagree? How many people actually watched Rebels when it first came out? Because I didn't. I kind of just didn't really care about it. But if you guys enjoyed this, then hit the like button, subscribe. I'm going to go now. So, goodbye, everyone.
A war veteran,